Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, I wanted to jump on here tonight. I found this crazy video on Twitter, and it's by this dude that he's also on YouTube. I mean, go follow this guy, but t-rev. And this video is pretty creepy. It's pretty freaking weird. It seems like what assumably possibly is, I mean, again, allegedly, that's all you can really say, but it's just a really weird freaking phone call that this dude took on his YouTube page. Saying some really weird shit. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm just gonna start playing this.
From
Dave.
Hey, what's up, Dave? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? Is this t-rev?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. I found you today. I watched your live earlier
It's a super
this
weird.
afternoon and been
Listen
watching
to this dude.
this one, and the thing that strikes me kind of weird about all this is that I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members, and the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it? And
This is just a call he took on his channel
if maybe
before the arrest.
if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself. And that was it.
So you said you worked with 5 or 6 Sigma Chi kids, and they asked you if you can kill somebody, they can get away with it?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
I know that's a thing that just like maybe people say, trying to like have interesting conversation, but like just in my head, it's like, it's always been these dudes that were in the fraternity. And so it makes me wonder if it's a thing that's in their like culture, that they ask to see how smart
Also
you
on the
are,
right here is
whatever.
possibly, it's not being
And what
confirmed
kind
at
of
all,
answer
so
you come up
again,
with, and
allegedly,
someone
that
took
this
it
is
too
a
far.
picture of the recent
Who
arrested Bryan
what
with
kind of dudes would
the
ask
white
me that?
Elantra. What's going on, Facts Matter? How are you doing? Thanks for
that's
joining
Crazy
me.
as shit, man. That's an outrageous
You're just
statement, man.
jumping in. I just found this
I'd write their
crazy ass
names
video
down.
on Twitter. Again, it's
Yeah,
from
man,
t-rev,
like,
who has a YouTube channel. He's pretty dope YouTube channel also.
I
Go
like
check it
horror
out.
movies
But
and all that
this
kind
is a
of
call
stuff.
that he took
And I'll
on
watch
his
those kind of things,
channel
but, like,
one
when
night
someone,
recently,
like,
I believe.
in person says some stuff like that, it's
Saying
kinda,
some
like,
really weird shit.
jarring. It's like, what? Why are you saying something like that?
Yeah, that's man. Who said that to you?
Like, literally, like, I before I even called, I counted on my hands, like how many of these guys I can remember that I worked with at this bar, and there's like 10 of them. I swear that question has always come up, and it could just be nothing. Like maybe people say that, but it makes me wonder if that's a part of that thing, and like someone just took that question and that idea.
It's almost like
took
he's
it too
getting,
far. Like,
you know,
I'm going to prove to
he's
these
like
guys
stuttering and
that
stammering around now that he's kind of
I'm
being
in the
questioned
club or whatever.
by t-rev
So
here.
let me hear this right. You
Listen
said
to
you
this.
were working with 6 Sigma Chi guys, and they said how could they get away with killing somebody?
Yeah, more like 10.
And-
but they would say that to me. They would say,
Just pausing this for a second. Anyone that's seen the recent that Reddit post that this dude had posted as well, basically asking people to take a survey, how would you feel about committing a crime or even getting away with crime? It's crazy. Like, it's weird as shit.
they're like,
You are fake news.
if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with that?
And what are these guys' names?
Well, I'm not going to.
Let me get
put their
like,
names
come
down.
on, drop 2 or 3 of them, first and last.
First and last.
That's a broad statement. I mean, you're calling me with this information when you should be on the phone with the police.
Well, I'm in a different state.
I don't care if you're in Mexico. If that's the case, and people from
T-Rev
the Sigma
calling it
Chi
out
told
right
you
now.
that they're gonna how can you get away with murder? I mean, I'd be on the phone telling them that.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe it's like an exercise of like, if you were going to make pasta for 100 people, how would you like prepare? How would you like execute that? Like, it's not like they're actually asking you.
The suspect facts
because they
matter.
want to
Yeah,
do it.
sorry to catch up a little bit here. I found this crazy video on Twitter here. This is from T-Rev's Twitter account, but he also has a YouTube channel as well. But he takes these calls, I guess, from random people, and this dude called in, and yeah, it's just really sus. Like, it's super weird. Just kind of looking through here, some of the comments. You know, the first person asking, "Did you alert the authorities?" But I mean, I listened to this before I did start this stream. Super weird. I can back up here a little bit also. I might have started this a little bit early here. Listen, people gather in here. I'm gonna start this, back it up just a little bit here for your facts matter. Thanks for joining. Also, anybody that's jumped in here. This is a weird ass video. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He's talking to someone that is like saying some really out of place things about some frat guys that he works with, but it's super suspect. Just kind of listen to this.
And I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself.
This is the first time I've actually went.
And that was it.
Well, I went live
Yeah, you
earlier
said
with some news when it actually
you
dropped.
worked with
Unfortunately,
5
I
or
couldn't be
6
here live, but yeah,
Sigma
thanks for
Chi
it's a
kids,
crying
and they
shame.
asked
Thanks for
you
joining me. This is the
if
first
you
time
can kill
I've
somebody,
officially
they
been
can get away
live
with it?
with me in person.
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah. And
Oh no problem at
I
all.
know
Facts
that's the
matter.
thing that just like maybe people say, trying to like have interesting
Back up a little bit here for you.
conversation, but like just in my head, it's like it's always been these dudes that were in the fraternity.
Even live here, I'm going to
And-
pause it again just for a second. You can see, if you look down here on the left, I guess, you know, of course you can tell this is his chat, you know, kind of jumping in live while he's talking, and everyone's just kind of being alerted as like, what the F is going on here?
And so it makes me wonder if it's a thing that's in their like culture, that they ask to see how smart you are and whatever, and what kind of answer you come up with, and someone took it too far.
Oh, wow. What kind of dudes would ask you that?
And right off the bat, it like triggers T-Rev to be like, what? Like, this isn't an average call. Like, what are you saying? Like, explain yourself a little bit.
That's crazy as shit, man. That's an outrageous statement, man. I mean, I'd write their names down.
Yeah, man. Like you know, I like horror movies and all that kind of stuff.
Now, of course,
And
he's going to be
I'll watch
trying
those
to
kind of
prove
things,
himself,
like,
right?
when
Like,
someone like in person says some stuff like that, it's kind of like,
even though he's been caught, you know, he's probably still like feeling some kind of elation to knowing that he's going to be famous for this shit. Like, it's really messed up.
jarring. It's like, what? Why are you saying something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I think that's the real trigger here. Exit scream it is that he's like obviously kind of lying. So it's like kind of like, wait, what are you saying? Like, please explain yourself.
Man, who said that to you?
Like, literally, like, I before I even called, I counted on my hands, like how many of these guys I can remember that I work with.
Right? Facts
at
matter.
this
Yeah.
bar, and there's like,
Yeah, it does. Like, it sounds like he's
I
almost,
swear
like
that
getting some kind of
question has
elation.
always come up.
Like,
And
getting off on
it
this.
could just be nothing. Like, maybe people say
All
that.
the
but
call in
I just
general.
it makes me wonder if that's a part of that thing, and like someone just took that question and that idea and like took it too far. Like, oh, I'm going to prove to these guys that
Oh, yeah,
I'm
for
in
sure.
the club or whatever.
So let me hear this right. You said you were working with 6 Sigma Chi guys, and they said how could they get away with killing somebody?
Yeah, we live in like the weirdest
Yeah, more like
times. We're like, yeah, he was
but
like
they
what,
would say
a
that to me,
criminal
they'd say,
psych
like,
guy?
You are fake news.
If you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with that?
And
You know?
what are these guys' names?
Well, I'm not going to.
Let me get,
put their
like,
names
Yeah,
down.
Come on,
like
drop
T-Rev's
2,
trying to like
3 of 'em.
actually get him to like name names right now, and then it kind of caught him off guard. He's like, "What?" And T-Rev's like, "Dude, you're talking about somebody literally talking about murdering somebody, and you're just talking about it nonchalantly on my stream right now. Like, that's weird. Like, that's messed up. Like, that's not cool."
Of them, first and last.
Yeah.
First and last.
That's a broad statement. I mean, you're calling me with this information when you should be on the phone with the police.
Well, I'm in a different state.
I don't
Oh,
care if you're in Mexico. if that's the case, and the people from the Sigma Chi told you that how can you get away with murder? I mean, I'd be on the phone telling them that.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe it's like an exercise of like, if you were going to make pasta for,
he's probably also
100
reading these
people,
chats
how would
live
you,
while
like,
he's on the phone with them
how would you,
also
like,
on this show.
execute that? Like, it's not
So he's
like
probably getting
they're
like
actually asking
triggered
you
that, oh shit, is this
because
being
they
too
want to
weird?
do it. It's more like, how smart are you? How good are you? That's what I'm getting at, is that maybe they're saying,
yeah, good point.
I'm
Exit
gonna
screaming. The
present you
caller
with
wasn't
this
prepared to get any
question
pushback. You don't
and
think so
see,
at all.
like,
T-Rev's
how,
like, what? Like, this isn't like a normal
capable you are,
a normal
like,
deal, bro.
with problem solving and this and that. And maybe
Like, explain yourself.
somebody at that fraternity took that question and took it too far.
So you're saying, so you were saying you were in Moscow.
No, I wasn't in Moscow. No, I'm in a different state.
So, but you're saying you're in a different state, but you just said Sigma Chi House people asked how they would get away with murder. So how would somebody ask you that if you're in a different state? Where did that come from?
I guess what
You went from 5 to 10, so I mean, honestly, it doesn't even it sounds inconsistent.
I
love that T-Rev's
worked
like
with
calling
at least
him
10
out though, like
Sigma Chi members, but it was in a different state. Not
even if
from
it's bullshit, and even if this
not in
means
Moscow,
nothing,
in a
like
different state. I'm just saying maybe the culture of that fraternity, like they have questions that they ask, and maybe somebody took that question too literally and too seriously as a way to prove themselves.
And what state are you in?
I'm in Utah.
he says he's in Utah.
So I mean, you can't give up the identity of anybody who asked you that. You don't think that's important to the families that
I love
need
this
justice,
comment
that,
down here. Give him
these
all the
people don't know
minutes.
that could be there?
Let's track this dude,
I worked
right?
with these people. This is probably 10 years ago. I'm not trying to say that I know the literal people. This is more of a me kind of scrutinizing.
Like, how like when you're like catch
culture
somebody
of-
in a lie and like all they do is like backtrack and kind of act weird. Like, that's literally what's happening here with T-Rev. Like, as soon as he started giving any kind of pushback, like, who said it? Yeah, exit screaming said, like, he instantly was just kind of like trying to catch his words and trying to figure out what he was saying. Like, you could tell that he's totally just kind of bullshitting. Either he's bullshitting his way through this, and he's just like, again, just a troll calling in, or this Bryan dude is trying to get off on this shit,
like,
right? I think that's what's really triggering. Again, I'm just alleging. Who knows if this is actually the Bryan dude? Who freaking knows? Nobody can actually know that. But it's freaking weird. Hey, Crime Time, dude, what's happening, bro? Thanks for jumping in the chat, man.
Whatever, like,
awesome channel you
fraternities,
have,
like
dude.
this-
Anybody jumping in
this
that is
club
not
mentality,
sub to that
like,
dude, do it.
our
He calls it
group
like
and
it is,
everything.
100%.
Which I don't have a problem with it necessarily, but it's a thing that's kind of been in the back of my mind through all this.
I mean, that's pretty crazy, man. I'm just trying to figure out like who would ask you that and why you wouldn't even report something like that. If somebody asked me that shit, you wouldn't report that to the authorities?
I just kind of thought they were kind of trying to be edgy or something, Like, if you were good.
Again, like that long ass pause there, right? Like, after T-Rev gave any kind of pushback. Again, this is a 15-minute clip, y'all. Like, this dude called in to this show and like endlessly expected to just go on and on about almost like fantasizing in murder through talking to his either guys that he worked with or employees. What the hell? Like, as soon as T-Rev gave him any kind of pushback,
get away with it, kind of that kind of attitude.
Yeah, but why would that conversation even come about?
I don't know. That's my thing. That's why it's.
And you're saying you're a teacher?
Facts
with
matter.
me. I'm not a teacher. No. I just worked. I worked at a bar.
And then he contradicts himself multiple times during this as well. If go back and listen to this, I'll post a link in the description below.
It just makes me wonder if the culture of
but go back and listen to this. He contradicts himself multiple
and that
times.
Kind of thing, the things that they do, maybe it went too far.
I don't know, man.
Does that sound like a thing? Have you heard anything like that, or I don't know?
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like,
Man, I can't call the police. I can't do anything. I'm in a different state. Bro, I'm in Utah. What am I going to do? Like, what are you saying, dude? Like, if anybody's telling me, like, if I'm ever at work and my coworker is like, I'm really fantasizing about murdering so-and-so, I'm going to probably say something. Like, that's just, what is happening here? Like, I think that's the whole thing with this whole clip and what's kind of, like, popping off right now with T-Rev. Again, go follow that dude. Is because, like, he's not taking this as any kind of, like, okay, yeah, like, there's so many people that just bullshit their way through every conversation and just kind of go, oh, okay, all right. No, he's like, dude, what are we talking about right now? You're literally talking about possibly your coworkers having, even if it's fantasy or fun, talking about murder. Like, that's not a normal thing. Am I wrong? Like,
what? First of all, how old are these people that you were working with? How old do you think they are now?
There a lot of them are probably
they did say Utah
in their late 30s, early 30s. And I don't think they had anything to do with
McKenna, he could totally be
wondering more.
He could be a freaking troll. I don't know.
Greek, the
I think it's just the vibe of this whole thing. You know what I mean? I think it's the vibe
going
that's
on in there that, like, someone feels like they got
for me personally, when I first heard this clip, I was like, what?
Take
it's a 15-minute clip. For me to sit here and listen to an entire 15-minute clip, like, that's
like to prove yourself.
That's kind of crazy, actually. And this whole thing,
how smart you are.
That's why I went live, actually, for really the first time here live. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this right now. This is a weird ass fucking.
Trying to think here, man.
Even right now, like, T-Rev's like, where do we go from here? Like, this dude's just, like, pushing on and on the conversation. And again, really, why I'm pushing this whole thing, I'm even alleging, is this possibly this dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
so are these people that you seen on a regular night basis?
Right, fishing for the truth, right? That's what I'm saying, kind of like.
Yeah, I worked with him.
So,
and again, facts matter 100%. Who knows if it's true?
You never lived out there?
Allegedly, speculating 100%.
So no.
Interesting.
How do you know they went to the Sigma Chi?
Because they did. Because I know they did. Like, some of them lived at that house in Utah where I live.
Oh, okay. What are you looking up on the sister?
Fraternity members are murderers. What I'm saying is, like, maybe questions like that and things,
No, I get what you're saying on that end. I'm asking you, how do you know they were at the Sigma Chi? Because if you live in
right
Utah,
here, any kind of question, any kind of push, again, that used of words of the day, pushback, but any kind of pushback sends him into any kind of frantic, and he has to, like, rethink his entire structure.
All these 5 to 10 guys went to the Sigma Chi, in case you're friends with them, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I worked with them, and then I'd actually been up to their house at, like, some parties before.
Okay.
It wasn't.
I'm not trying to back on you, but I'm just trying to figure out.
Even the commentary, he just contradicted himself, I think, 12 times in 6 minutes. Now he just said he worked, and 3 minutes ago he works. Yeah, I've heard that multiple times too. Like, and at one point he said he's a teacher.
I'm trying to grasp.
Like, he can't even keep his story straight. Like,
how you knew these guys, or you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to grasp how you knew they went to the Sigma Chi.
Right. Interesting,
that's what
right?
I'm trying to get to.
He's in this criminal side, and she's in the mental health. And, like, perfect.
Hung out, and, like, they were all nice, and everyone was pretty cool.
This is the T-Rev fishing for the truth. I'll show you that real quick. This is the Twitter account. Go follow this dude. But he does have a YouTube account as well. He's a really good, again, as he says, he's a recording artist and a true crime podcaster. Dude's legit though. Like, he does some cool shit.
So I guess I'm wondering if there's, like, a thing, because they have secret things they do in those fraternities, and it makes me wonder if, like, questions like that, like, if you were going to murder somebody, how would you get away with it? That's maybe more trying to, like, figure out, like,
I think that's what sets off so many bells, is that it's just like,
took it too
what am I
literally
listening
and
to? Like,
thought they could prove themselves. That's kind of my only thing, and that's why I don't know. That's why I called.
I'm just trying to figure out, I really, really, really just trying to figure out how you knew that. First you said 5 and then it jumped to 10.
Now he's calling him out.
No,
T-Rev's going to call
10.
him out here.
Well, first you did say 5 though.
Oh,
Again,
You
how
said
many people
5
in life
guys.
aren't used to actually being called out, right? Like everyone's just so used to just going through the motions. Like I think that's exactly what happened. Again, whether this is anything or not, whether this is the dude or not, allegedly, whatever you want to say, just in life. Like how many times do you just kind of play the game and like you're just rolling through it like, oh yeah, sure, yeah. T-Rev's actually calling him out on what he just said. Explain yourself. The contradictions are there. What's going on, bro?
And then you jumped up to 10. And I'm just trying to figure out how you knew that. I don't know the Sigma Chi like that. All I know is it's Sigma Chi house is in Moscow, Idaho. So
yeah, and I'm not saying that Sigma Chi's are murderers. That's not what I'm trying to say.
no. I didn't say you were saying that, but to say that they asked how do you get away with a murder, that's just it's a broad statement.
Yeah, man. It's not a. It's.
Now he's almost
it's
trying to like
jarring thing to hear.
relate a little bit.
What?
Yeah,
like,
man.
We're having some beers. Why are you asking questions like that? That's, and I don't think they were asking for advice. I think it was more of a mental exercise. But to me, it's like not that. It's not.
And what are we doing?
It's not a
We're
cute
like
question.
analyzing like this small snippet of this dude's day of a conversation, or is this like a regular thing that happens where they're talking about murder? These frat dudes, currently or old. Because at one point he says they're like in their. Does he say they're in their 30s? I literally would have to re-listen again. There's so much jumbled up bullshit in this.
Right.
So again, it's just who knows. I thought it was interesting though. I thought it was crazy. I was like, it just sounds
I
creepy.
see what
though.
you're saying, but I mean, you did say 5 at first and then changed it to 10.
Right, Lydia? Thank you. Yeah, man. Like,
Well, okay. Well,
You
yeah,
I'm glad I'm not the
Yeah,
only
I'm
one.
just
I was sitting there like,
saying,
I'm gonna do this. Like,
to
this
what
is a
people
weird
say.
ass fucking.
Okay. Yeah. That's.
But
cool.
I mean, I don't.
get it, man.
Maybe it was 6, 7, 8. I don't. Maybe you can't retract all the way and just said 5 because you were nervous. I have no
Like
idea.
T-Rev just made me a straight up
I am
fan
nervous. I
and
don't
subscriber. Like,
normally,
if you're
like,
watching this, you're probably
go into
not.
things and
But
do this
dude,
kind of thing. But like this has been a
keep
thing
it real.
in the back of my head after like hearing about this stuff for the last few weeks, and it's I don't know. I just wonder if if this was even more senseless than a jealous boyfriend or whatever. Like if it was just someone trying to prove themselves and that's it.
Right.
And I don't know. Maybe this is an inappropriate call for your show, but I just
No,
I
I mean,
I
you
throw it out
you
there,
said
man.
Sigma
Trev's
Chi
like,
guys, but I mean, if they're in their 30s, it wouldn't. I'm pretty sure most of these other dudes are what? Are they any of them that go to the college now?
Oh no. I'm saying they're probably in their 30s now. At the time that I
God,
worked with these guys.
If
like
you
10
really
years
wanted
ago.
to break this,
that's-
again,
I'm
not-
you
I'm
know,
not trying to
if
say
it came out to
any
be
of
any
these
kind of
guys.
provable
I'm
way to
more
see if
just
this
going-
was the
I'm
dude,
just trying to say
but
like maybe that
if you break
Yeah,
this, if you
the
really break this
culture of
down, how many
fraternity
contradictions
life
would you find? Because
has
I've
weird
just
questions and
randomly,
weird
just
stuff
heard
that
so many. This is the second time
comes up,
straight through
and
that I've
maybe
heard
that's
this.
what motivated someone
And
to
literally,
do something like this.
right before I went
Right.
live is when the first time is when
Now,
I
just
heard
when I
this, so.
hear something like that, when I hear something like that, you're like 5 to 10 dudes. You did say 5, and then you changed it to 10, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that you're just nervous. But I put it like you were like they asked you how they can get away with murder or killing somebody or whatever. That just strikes me as super odd. That somebody
Yeah,
would
they-
even ask you that,
And why would you call in and
Yeah,
be
they
talking to
asked me, like,
a
how
random
would I
YouTuber
do
guy?
that?
No disrespect
how
to
would
T-Rev
I-
whatsoever.
how would you do
But why
that?
would you just be
That's
calling in and be
like,
like,
I don't
yeah,
know.
man.
I don't think about stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I thought I'd throw out there. Anyways, I subscribed, and I've enjoyed like listening to your live stream and everything. So thank you. I'll let you get to the next caller, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Keep up the good work, dude. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
T-Rev doesn't
it.
even want to let him go. He's like, man,
Oh no, that was a little weird for me, but anyways.
instantly.
I heard
setting
many
off
contradictions
red
of that,
flags, right?
And that ain't attacking nobody, by the way.
Anybody
That's
else, right?
Contradictory is what I heard, but hey.
100% facts, man. I'm not sure why he initially called in. That's a good question, actually. Let's see, T-Rev. I am the guy who originally had this caller on the phone on my podcast, allegedly with T-Rev. Great name. Again, now everyone is saying this is the killer, but I do not know this to be fact yet, so please let me know. And yeah, that was the... He's got a little clip here, but that was the whole thing, I believe. Sarah, think about it. 10 guys asking the same question, and he knows it was 10, not 9, not 11. This is the killer, and he was full of crap. I mean, maybe 100%. I mean, it's very strange. That's why I'm on here, honestly, because when I was listening to him, like, I don't know, it just set off red flags for me too. It's just strange. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, again, you have to be kind of careful with what you say on this stuff, but it was setting off some flags for me too. Again, this dude has, let's go to his page here. This dude, I mean, he's a smaller dude. On YouTube, I think he's at like 20K or something. I did look at that before. Growing. Legit, obviously. Seems legit anyways. I mean, I'm saying that because he wasn't just feeding into that dude. That was my favorite part about it. Like, he was actually being real as shit. The link to this? Yeah, I can post the link. Hold on. Go back here real quick. I'll post it here should be able to post it in the comments. Is that the one? That's the short one, isn't it?
Oh, wow. What kind of dudes would that?
Oh, that's the shorter one. Where was that? I don't know. I've lost it. Well, just go to T-Rev's Twitter page here. Can't be too far down. I'll just link his page. Yeah, just go to that. Check that out. Crime time. Internet is full of trolls. It's hard to take any of that serious. People get off on being weird. 100%, man. Totally. That's why you, again, got to say allegedly, because I'm not sure. I don't freaking know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I did find it interesting. And again, the reason I'm really here is the creep factor of it. Even if it's not real at all, like, it had that vibe to it that was just like, what the hell? And again, and the T-Rev's credit, what he's kind of doing here, he's put this picture with this. Again, look at this picture. This is the new picture that's kind of come out here that they're saying is possibly potentially like him with the actual car. Again, allegedly, have no proof of that whatsoever. Say cheese, welcome to the chat though. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining me here again. Really, like, I'm just not sure. Like, I don't know whether to believe it or not, man. Like, looking back through here, it's kind of like funny now because it was just a couple of days ago we were saying some of the other stuff. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's a chat saying here. Apparently Bryan had a questionnaire on Reddit. Yeah, I saw that Reddit thing. Yeah, trying to almost get people to, I had it popped up here. I don't know if I still have it up here. I have like some articles up here. I think it might have been in one of them. But he was asking basically, what was it about, basically asking folks to like do a survey or something back in May of 2022 this year, like just a few months ago. And like he is currently in criminal psychology, like in Washington State University. Like he is an enrolled student. Have I got that wrong? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what I read earlier. Say cheese, I was reading some comments on other sites. This story is really triggering people emotionally. Yeah, I mean, I can see that 100%. Thank you for the warm welcome. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Anybody that's dropping in, 100% from my heart. Thank you. It's been, I've just started really doing kind of the crime mystery niche here on YouTube, whatever you want to call it. But it's really kind of I'm really enjoying it because there is a lot, like you said, there's a lot of emotion to it and you kind of get involved. And this was a really emotional case, but at the same time, it's you kind of have to look at it for what it is. Like you kind of have to, from my perspective, I'm a dude on the internet kind of looking at the stories and just kind of perceiving them for what they are. Like that Twitter video that I just watched. Do not ever, take me for the 100% truth. Always do a little bit of digging and look for the bottom line information yourself. But yeah, thank you to anybody that's joined. 100%. Gunnar, did you see how many new killer Instagram accounts there are? No, man, holy shit. Sarah on 4chan. Yeah, 4chan's crazy. I have looked at some 4chan stuff just to like, what the hell? Beverly Ballard, welcome as well. Peter Words, free moss on words, sacrifices. Kaylee was very verbal regarding those things in trafficking. Yeah, I've read that actually. I've read she was kind of a, almost like somebody that was going after the traffickers, right? And the pedo stuff that's going on out there. I mean, I'm not even saying anything. Possibly. It's the dead eyes. Am I right? Let's just drop that. Yeah, say cheese. I see that. It's so disturbing and scary. 100%. Rez kid, he is a psychopath. His excuse for the murders will be, I needed to do it for the PhD. Very sick person. You know what? What if that was his? I'm so interested to hear what he's got to freaking say. A piece of absolute human garbage. 100%. But what is the actual motive to this? What is the motive? Like, what's the connection at whatsoever? He was within, I think I have read that he was super close. He went to a different university, but super close. But how did you get the connection? Was it the bar scene? There's got to be some kind of connection ultimately, right? Was it that freaking random? It couldn't have been. Like, there's got to be some connection here. Crime Tommy does look like a Patrick Bateman, 100%. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, that one just got me. Oh wow. Oh, if I take anything out of this video and edit it, it's gonna be some something from that movie. Wow. Sarah, she's talking to Exit Screaming. Sorry. Exactly. He immersed himself and truly fantasized about it every day. It's what it seems to be. Yeah, Crime Time looks like Ethan broke his nose. Yeah, good call there. His nose is crooked as hell, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, right there. Good call, man. Yeah, look at that. This is an old picture right here. That's a lot straighter. Whoa. Good call, JB Gunner, man. Yeah, look at this right here. God, dude, I bet Ethan did get a blow off on this mother. Look at that curvature right there. And it's been, what, a month and a half now? Plenty of time to heal. Wow. Good call. Facts matter. Shane Melissa is the sister. I hope people do not harass. Now that's true, man. Anybody that's going to harass a family, there's garbage can humans are part of families, are part of anybody's family, or can be part of anybody's family. I'm not for any kind of harassing or doxing, like they did Jax and other kids, you know. Yeah. And any video I did, man, I didn't actually say, you know, there was never at any point that I actually thought or even put out there that these kids were like possibly doing this. It was all just speculative. I'm drinking a little bit here, but yeah, like there is any kind of doxing or actually going after anybody in this is gross as shit. And I've seen a lot of that crap. So Jason and Dylan are involved, I bet. Whoa. Okay. They were arrested at almost the same time in Idaho. I did see that. Was that the Dylan that I was seeing kind of going around in the pictures? Was that the Dylan from the house that was arrested for the GTA? Facts matter. I saw the Reddit thing on Twitter. I don't know if that was everything. It was a screenshot. PhD program in criminology. Crime Time. I bet that's how his DNA got there. Yeah, because there was DNA. I was reading something earlier. That is 100% actually what's being said and going on right now. I had a couple of different posts up again. New York Post. You know, don't take that as anything substantial at all. But that is what that is who was on top of the story a little bit earlier. So much BS though. So much BS you gotta filter through, even through the major news. Like you just gotta like dig through this crap to come to the bottom of this. Crime Time. If there are older pictures with them with a broken nose, then the theory would be wrong. True. Killing tomorrow's trophies today. Welcome to the channel, man. Or lady or whatever. They were arrested in Idaho last night too for grand theft. Yeah, so that is legit. I saw that. I had that picture earlier. I wish I'd have had that up. It's a crying shame. Did she work in Washington or Pennsylvania? Just wondering if she was like his teacher. Like Crime Time, it just popped in my mind as I was looking at the pic. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm going with the first one, man. Like that's crooked. Like compared to even, I mean, it's a shitty picture, but right here's probably, I mean, again, another shitty picture. Like, when are these freaking pictures from? But it looks a lot straighter because it's really the way the light's hitting it, right? Like, you can see that real crookedness going on there. Interesting, either way. Killing Tamari's trophies. No, definitely Dylan. Okay, all right. That's interesting, man. If this keeps going and it blows up that one of the roommates was involved, holy crap! Like, that would be wild. That'd be really wild. Say Cheese. I thought for sure that the roommates broke his nose. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I don't know. Killing Tomorrow's trophies again. Can I say their last name? You could look at their Facebook. It was sketchy. Good question. I don't know. That'd almost be on YouTube. I'm not sure if they would redact that or not. I've seen them actually take a few things out of chat. But I have an email. You know, the publicly buzzed at Gmail email is open for business. Send it over. Say Cheese. If you're talking about JE, I saw it. Crazy. Killing Tomorrow's trophies again. He was a kickboxer. Yeah, I did see that. I saw some talk that this dude was a kickboxer. So, I mean, probably strong. I mean, and not even trying to be rude at all. But Ethan did not look like, you know, he would probably be able to take the dude possibly. I mean, the dude doesn't look like he's going to just kick anyone's ass, but at the same time, Ethan is a pretty scrawny looking dude. You know, I know he is an adult. All these kids were adults, but still very boyish at the same time. Again, no disrespect to the dead whatsoever. Please do not take that out of context. And again, this guy's a piece of shit. I'm not trying to give this guy any freaking credit whatsoever. But again, facts are facts. If he was a kickboxer and had any kind of skill behind him. Rez Kid, welcome to the channel. Case reminds me murder of Casey Joe Studert. When two high school classmates decided to stalk and kill Joe. This involves multiple people. BK is not the driver. You know, that's the craziest thing ever. And I work a regular job, and I, working with the folks that I do. We've talked about that. Like, what are the freaking odds that there's, and it happens all the time, every freaking day. And now that we're in the internet age and the tech age, we see it all the time that this is a regular freaking occurrence. Crazy people will just kill somebody. Like, what the hell is that? Like, anybody, like, that's not a normal thing, but it's regular enough. Maybe the population is just that overpopulated, not overgrossed, that something like that can become a normal occurrence. You have to take so many other things into account. I mean, so many other things into account, but it's still a wild thing to really think about. Killing Tomorrow's trophies. Yep. Crime Time. I get it. He was a kickboxer, but I trained in many disciplines for 15 years and never got my nose broke, but maybe he did as a kickboxer. True. Yeah. You never know. That's true, man. Yeah. Good point. All right. Think about that for a second. If it's true that he does have a history in kickboxing, that is probably most likely what could have, caused what we're seeing here in this photo. And what's going on here? He's next to a military guy here. Again, we need some more info on this guy. Like, everything right now is so speculative and so early. That's why you have to be really careful. That's why you have to be careful. But what we can see is what we're trying to analyze here a little bit. Killing Tomorrow's trophies. Yeah, I trained MMA too and never got my mind broken training. Crime Time. The standard door is 6'8". Look at that image. He is clearly pretty big. True. Whoa. Again, dude. Yeah. Again, follow Crime Time, y'all. Seriously. What the hell? Like, this dude's calling it like it is. I'm not sure that he's completely backed up to the wall, but still, at the same time, look at that top frame there. The dude's obviously a gawking guy, a tall guy, a lanky guy. Killing Tomorrow's trophies. One of his friends said he got aggressive. I did read that story too about him. He changed over a summer. He was kind of a chubby kid and then started training and boxing and then came back kind of like a skinny guy trying to just pick a fight, almost looking for a fight to show his skills. Somebody like that, it can be dangerous. That's true. Again, anybody that wants to better themselves and lose some weight, take up a discipline like Crime Time said in the chat. Anybody that wants to do that, 100%, go for it, do it. that's your thing. But at the same time, sometimes you have somebody that can be so mentally broken by whatever you want to call it, man. Bullying, whatever, can be so mentally broken and possibly that they freak the hell out when they do kind of, change the game a little bit and either lose weight or pick up boxing or MMA or any kind of discipline, maybe they want to show it off and actually try to pick a fight. And then in this case, this dude, pick the ultimate extreme and maybe killing 4 people. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty extreme, but I mean, it's crazy. Like, you never freaking know about people is really my point there. Like, go back and chat here a little bit. See here, Tracy Royster, welcome to chat. The students were sleeping. They didn't have a chance. Again, absolute point there. Absolute point there. And they were drunk. And in the food truck, excuse me, I'm a little bit drunk too. In the food truck footage, you can hear Maddie, at least Maddie, and I think Kaylee too. You can tell they're intoxicated. There is no, however you want to look at it. Killing tomorrow's trophies. Yeah, drunk and sleeping. And, yep, right there. Bam. Ethan and Xana. Yeah, I'm not sure about them though. There's not really been any kind of confirmation that they were intoxicated, but hell, college kids in a college town, right? Crime time. His eyes look dark though in that pic, which means he recently got a broken nose. That's true. Good point there. They are dark. I mean, also that could relate to no sleep. That could relate to no sleep as well. Maybe thinking that they could be closing in at any point here. I wish I could find the picture. There was one of them that actually had the picture. Digging into this I'd never probably find it. But one of them had the picture of the house where he was arrested. Some of these pictures aren't loading. I'm probably not going to be able to find it quick. Should have been more prepared. Again, first live. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I mean, there was a picture of where he actually got arrested though. And I'm not sure if that's a family house or whatever, because I heard he had an apartment as well. Yeah, going back in here a little bit. Crime time. His eyes. Yeah. Whoa, can I catch up here a little bit with the chat? Yeah, C. Wells, welcome to chat. Awesome, thank you. I saw a guy posted a pic of a knife he sold him for $350, a Spider Warrior. Yeah, I see that they're still looking for the actual weapon. That took this, that was done for the deed. I can't find that yet. I guess that's why. I did see that they got search warrants though for I think the family residence and his apartment. So hopefully they find that. Likely though, that is not going to be. And then again, trophies, right? These dudes like to keep trophies. So what am I saying? Maybe they will find it, but I bet it's not. And even if he wants to keep a trophy, he could hide that somewhere else. Killing tomorrow's trophies. I think Ethan heard something and went to see. That's what I would like to know. I mean, it's almost impossible to actually know how it went down. Again, 4 people, 1 guy, and what is this rumor? And I even heard it asked to the police today by one of the actual legit reporters, when he got arrested, did he say, have you caught the other ones, or something to that effect? Don't quote me on that, but something to that effect was actually asked by this guy apparently. So like, what's going on there? It's hard for me to believe that one person could have done this. Again, in chat, I know, drunk, intoxicated, sleeping even. I believe this guy probably had to be inside the house. He had to be inside the house, right? Like, I don't know. There's so many variables there. It's hard to really break down. And even as I'm saying it, it's almost like changing in my head a little bit. Say cheese. Yep. Did you go to his Facebook? He makes knives, was bragging about his unmedicated and walking around knowing he is a threat to society. Profile is throwing a devil's horns and he is involved. Whoa. That's interesting. Jellybean, welcome to chat. Oh, whoa, there's 100 people in here. Holy shit, welcome y'all. Thanks for joining me. What the hell? I did not expect this at all. Yeah, thank you so much. Again, while there's so many people in here, if you're actually subscribed, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being an actual subscriber to Publicly Buzzed. And yeah, joining me on this weird crime mystery venture that we're doing here. This kid needs to go to prison. So sad to throw away your education and life to become a murderer at 28. 28 years old. That's so freaking young, man. Threw his life away at 28. For what? Like, I mean, what's the motivation here? What's the motive? Here's one of those pictures when he looks scrawny as hell, right? Bunch of more images are. Oh, here he is, kind of looking chubbier. Yeah, scrawny as hell here. More images are starting to drop now, and it's almost like it's coming out so quick at this point. Wow. Sorry here, chat. Vandiggity, awesome name. Hope he picks a fight in prison. Oh God, yeah. Drop this dude. Bam. Am I right? Crime time. The channel isn't even monetized, troll. That's hilarious. Sassy Gal Beauty just got online, but someone has said he was addicted to heroin in high school. And I think he had to have been clean for a while to have been going for a doctorate. I'm not going to lie to you. Dude looks like he's on heroin here. It looks like he has AIDS. Looks like he's dying before our eyes. And this is 2020 graduation. So, and this is now? Looks like a completely average dude. He looks healthy as fuck there. What do we got here? Thank you. Crime. That comment was for... Oh, yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, 100% crop top. Jake, is there any videos out there from people that know him? Yeah, that's what's going to start pouring in soon, right? Unless he was just an absolute recluse, 100% recluse, and didn't have any friends or didn't do anything. But he was still going to classes in Washington. And maybe that was online, right? Because he was in Pennsylvania now. Or maybe he's in Pennsylvania now because of the Christmas break. I could see that. But it was said, I did definitely read that he's currently in classes. So yeah. Yeah, there's got, and if he had like a friend structure at all, somebody would have had in today's current time and age. Nobody's found a TikTok yet. They found a Facebook. They found a sister. Again, no doxing whatsoever, no hate whatsoever. This can happen. Like I don't even have to say that, but hold on. Whoa, chat. Let me get up here. Holy shit! Can't even keep up with this at the moment. Blah 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 blah. Friend said he was on meth. Okay. Again, he looked like he was totally drugged out there. Looking for a channel there, Jake. Jake, welcome to the chat, bro. He looks like he was on heroin. When I used to use, I would get those dark circles on a Mirage, which is what Gunnar was saying earlier. Yeah, there are some definitely dark circles there. Let's look at an older picture here. Yeah, even right there. Even still, that's a harder to see photo. It's farther back here. Okay. He looks younger here, but still, yeah, maybe heroin. Let's see here. Chat mess. Oh, yeah, meth. Blam. He looks like he was on age, blah, blah, blah. Jake, tomorrow's trophies, thanks. Probably on a little bit of everything. You never know. Sarah, his house looked like the house from Psycho. Whoa. Let's see if I can just Google that. Yeah, bam. There it is. That could be anyone's neighbor, right? Like, I think that's the creepiest part. Overhead shot here. Neighbors here. A good piece of property as well that he has here. And I guess this is in Pennsylvania. God, it would suck to be his neighbors right now. The media is just going to be going freaking crazy. Oh, my Lord. Let's see here. Killing tomorrow's trophies. Jake, go to saving Sarah's spirits. Blah blah blah. Stardust, welcome to chat. New name here. Thank you for joining. Say cheese. Did you mean the suspect Bryan makes knives? I heard something about that somewhere else and was curious. Vandiggity. If you keep the car, he probably keep the knife. Yeah, I saw that they actually did tie an Elantra, that white Elantra, to this dude. So again, that was sleuth work. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was actually, I think that was dropped by the gas station. I was about to misspeak and say that was sleuth work by the internet, but I don't think it was. I think that they just kind of jumped onto it and really spread it like wildfire, but I think that was the gas station spreading that at first. Let's see here, chat. Has anyone been arrested? He has been arrested. This dude, Kohberger, is that how you say it? Bryan Kohberger has actually been arrested. He is in custody in Pennsylvania, and they're trying to extradite him to Idaho currently. And I think I heard in the press conference they said that basically he can stop that at first, but then they would have to take another alternate, term of means or some sort of other means to get him to Idaho, but ultimately he's going to end up in Idaho and he's going to face these murders. And for them to actually make this arrest, you have to think and know that they have substantial evidence. There's no way that they don't. Otherwise, then what the hell are we doing here? I mean, Rez Kid, I'm still puzzled. How did the killers enter this home? Were the targets a certain victim or victims? Did Bryan know any of the victims? And that's what I'm still asking. That's what I was saying earlier, if anyone jumped in late here. How did he know these people? Like, he didn't go to college or university too far off. Again, I think it was 10 miles I read earlier. But at the same time, like, again, it's got to be the bar connection, right? Like, that's all allegedly speculative, but it's got to be the bar connection. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Out the gate. Like, I couldn't see him being 28 years old, probably getting into the frat parties, right? Maybe. Doubtful to me. I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong there if you think otherwise. See, Don Hall, welcome. He called into one of the podcasts. That's what I was actually playing, Don. Yeah, I was actually started this podcast off with that. And hell, I'll restart that right now.
Call from.
This is just a little clip here.
Dave.
We'll do that real quick.
Hey, what's up, Dave? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? Is this T-Rev?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. I found you today. I watched your live earlier this afternoon, and
God, it's the
been watching
creepiness, though.
this one, and the thing that
the actual thing is 15 minutes.
kind of weird about all this is that
I'm not sure if
I
you're
live
asking
in a
that to me,
college
killing or
town,
not.
and
Marcos
I've worked
Marin,
with,
sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Welcome to the chat.
Probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members.
Not sure you're asking that too.
And
Jelly Bean, there's got to be more
the
to it.
one
Good
thing
questions,
every
Marcos.
single one of
Yeah,
them,
I mean,
I feel like
that is a
asked
good question
me is,
ultimately.
if you were going to kill somebody,
Because, I mean, when we look back at a lot of these killers, right, like you kind of look at their relationships with other folks. The only thing we have right now is there was a friend from where he grew up saying that basically in high school he did change over a summer. Over a summer, he kind of went from being a chubbier, whatever they had become friends with. When they come back to school, he had taken up boxing, become extremely lean and more aggressive, picking fights almost, trying to show his skills. That's just, straight up from what I'm reading. Again, maybe I should say allegedly there, but that's what's kind of what I've read.
And I just wonder if maybe
Paul, Stephen McDaniel reference there. Could see that, bro. Thanks for welcome to chat.
Is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself. And that was it.
So you said you worked with 5 or 6 Sigma Chi kids, and they asked you if you
crime
could kill
time.
somebody, they can get away with it?
He lived in an apartment.
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Is everything I'm understanding is that I'm not sure where the arrest took place.
I know that's the thing
Now that
like
you're saying that
maybe
kind of, because
people
I'm not sure if the arrest took place at the family home or if the arrest took place at the apartment. Let's see if we can find apartment here. Okay. Yeah, police search warrant at Kohberger's home. Oh no, okay, yeah, okay, all right. The family, he was hiding out in Pennsylvania, right? That's where the family home is. And he actually had an apartment in Washington, of course, where he was going to school. So, okay, yeah. Rez Kid, high school classmates have been interviewed. They are shocked, described him as a nice, talkative, and caring person. I saw that, Rez, but then I also seen in the same articles they were saying that there was a point where he kind of like, it almost like he triggered off or, kind of became something else. Like he took up boxing, went from kind of being an overweight kid. And again, maybe that's when he took up heroin too. What a weird combination. What if you have a guy that took up boxing, got into heroin, became extremely aggressive at the same time? What are we actually talking about here? And he's a rich kid, right? I mean, I did read that his family is full of PhDs. Allegedly. That might not be 100% true either. If anybody knows better than that, correct me in the comments. But I did read that he's from a pretty well-off family. So, kids from well-off families that do heroin can usually still keep it together to an extent. Obviously, falling off the freaking rails here like a guy like this, and it happens all the time. But to an extent, for a while, those guys can almost keep it together because of money. Let's see, killer, blah, blah, blah. She shows pics of him and her together. Say cheese. There was another guy announced this morning. Everything has been scrubbed since. Whoa. Say cheese. I haven't seen that. Whoa. What did you see? You seen someone else? Like you seen someone else, another suspect thrown out as well? Now, I did see at one point 2 other guys got named, but I'm not sure. I think that was just a mistake. And literally the first of moments when everyone's freaking out. Crime Time. Oh, damn. He had a nice house, actually, if that's his. Yeah. The house. This is apartments here. Crime Time. I'm pretty sure he just lived in one of these. But yeah, the house was his family's. This is, I think, family owned, the middle part here between these houses. Yeah, this right here. But again, yeah, see this? Got a nice little part here. They got a little bit of land. And as you can see, it's on a decent amount of property. Again, wooded area behind, and the neighbors aren't super close. I mean, this is not a cheap area to live in. Just straight up. Like, I mean, it looks like he was probably pretty well off. Let's see here. Yeah, his parents' home. Donald Denise, if I'm saying that correctly, from Twitch. Welcome. If he was on video anytime at Grub Truck, needs reviewed to see as well. Yeah, I've actually thought about kind of going back over some of that footage to see if possibly he was lurking. Casey, welcome to chat, Casey. Please, anybody new jumping in here, please subscribe, man. Please like. All that helps me out, helps out the algorithm. Really appreciate it. I've had a lot of new subs over this case, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to be still dropping a bunch of other content as well about other cases, older cases, new cases. I'm going to be just covering anything crime and mystery related, even spooky. But yeah, please drop a sub and a like on there and click that bell so you don't miss anything that I'm dropping. And yeah, I'm definitely going to keep trying to go live. But Casey, I wonder if the fact he was a security guard, I saw that he was a security guard and he just stopped doing that like a few months back, right? Like, I wonder if the fact he was a security guard, they held some sort of fingerprint data on him. That's exactly. I wish I would have saved that. I'm pretty sure that's how they found him. His DNA. Authorities identified the suspect with the help of genealogy. Again, genealogy. Again, a little bit toasted here. The suspect in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students was identified with the help of genealogy. It feels stupid saying that. A source with knowledge of the case tells CNN unknown DNA found in Idaho during the course of the investigation was taken through a DNA public database to find potential matches for family members. The source said once potential family members were found, investigative work by law enforcement led to identification of suspect Bryan Kohberger, according to the source. Yeah, I mean that's exactly how they found him. Actually, his DNA was in the database. And if you're a criminology, sci student like this guy, a psychology student, you think you would be thinking about that. But who knows what happened inside that house, right? Like, who knows what happened inside that house? Anybody could have fought back enough to get some of his DNA. It would have been easily done anywheres in that house. And the way that, I'll stand behind this 100%. I truly believe if this wouldn't have blown up nationally, we wouldn't have this guy right now. And that's no disrespect to anybody. That's no disrespect to the police or anybody. But I truly believe, and dude, look at the other cases happening around in the country right now. It happens all the time. How many times do you see, and you just see, and it doesn't go viral? These cases when somebody will be murdered and it just kind of brushes off to the side. I really truly believe that would have happened here if it wouldn't have went viral essentially and really took off. I truly believe that. And this guy was shitting his pants, probably back at his parents' house, in his basement probably, thinking, holy crap, like this has went completely national, completely viral, and the FBI, the police, everybody is scouring the databases. They're scouring credit cards, the car that they found here. Everyone probably in the complete nation, in the world we live in today, the tech world we live in today, 100% possible. All right, it's possible to track anybody if enough resources are put into it. So this guy really got screwed over by this going viral, which is freaking awesome. More of that needs to be happening, and I think it will with more people like me, Gunner, a lot of these people online. Again, there's some shitty ones out there, 100%, a lot of guys that are just trying to do some bullshit, but 100% there's a lot of guys out there that are trying to actually help the cause, then stop some of this crap that's going on. Because, I mean, get these stories out there, get them talked about, and get people talking about them. And who knows what might happen? Because, I mean, sorry to go on a little rant there, but there's so much that goes on daily and weekly in this country. And something needs to be said. I mean, Let's see here. Get back to chat here. See, Cass. I don't even know if I got the. Oh shit. Oh god. Somebody's freaking out. I'm the killer. I don't even know if I can stop this guy. Got that guy out of here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see here. Cassie, I'm getting incel vibes. It's giving the whole upgrading thing they preach. I'm not sure of the terminology they use. These spaces that change over the summer might have been, and I've seen actually, yeah, I'm sorry, summer triggered me there, but I have seen a lot of people that was putting it, kind of actually putting it to it. I Know What You Did Last Summer, that movie, and it did kind of have those weird vibes for a second. The creepiness of it's really what triggered a lot of people for it to go viral. I think. Don Hall took place at the family's home. Okay, nice to know. Tracy Royster, they arrested him at his parents' home again. Good to know. I'm a little bit behind on chat, guys. Please bear with me. This is going a little bit crazier than I thought it would. 160 people in here. Thank you so much. C. Wells, welcome. The host says 5 or 6 guys. He just agreed with him. Also feel like the host of that podcast thinks the only Sigma Chi guys is in Moscow. Tracy Royster, his mom is a teacher. Oh, whoa, interesting. Sarah Neal, welcome to chat. That picture of him, he don't look very remorseful, does he? Not at all. That's the thing I was noticing too. He looks evil as hell in that picture. He truly does. Like, he looks evil. Like the darkness, and I know the darkness could be from the heroin, but the guy just looks off, man. Even from that, he looks normal, but the eyes, you can see so much from somebody in their eyes. It's crazy. Donald Whitecar, I think, was his family member. Whoa, okay, interesting. That sucks for that family member. Crime Time, it was good to hear your show, brother. I got to get to this date. Have a good one, brother. Thank you for dropping by, Crime Time. You're probably already out of here, man, but thank you, dude. Awesome channel. Anybody that's in here still, go follow that dude. He's always posting cool shit. Say Cheese, it is definitely an incel crime. Don Hall, no, not rich. Family filed bankruptcy twice. Whoa, Don, interesting. Whoa, Don's on top of it. Damn, okay. Stand corrected. Jellybean, I'm not familiar with that subculture, Casey. Talking to Casey, excuse me. Rez Kid arrested in PA at parents' house. Steven, I'm going to butcher this name. Coggy, I hope I got that right. These were non-personal, ideological-based killings, in my opinion. That's what I'm interested to see. See, I disagree there 100%, respectively disagree, but I do disagree. I think that it had to, okay, all right, non-personal is in, I was even mid saying that, I kind of changed my tone there a little bit, because I was kind of alluding to if maybe there was some kind of, if he got to know these girls anyway, sort of any kind of way in the town of Moscow, in the bar scene, okay, maybe that is kind of non-personal, because really we live in a non-personal world, right? Like everything is just technology. And that's not completely true, but I don't know. That's one to ponder on a little bit, because personally I've only thought about that it had to be personal, but at the same time I'm kind of disagreeing with myself, because if it was a random bar thing, he isn't an actual, and he's 28, right? He's outside of the real kind of their age group for hanging out. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that, honestly. I just totally debated myself there, Steven. Welcome. Casey, I can't really remember what it's called exactly. They try and basically become super good looking in order to be accepted by women. Yeah, are you talking about incels? Don, the town is only 173 people. The Pennsylvania town where he got arrested? Casey, let me just Google it real quick. Okay. Sorry I'm reading every chat. I mean, I'm not... 180 people in here. Whoa, what is happening? Welcome, guys. And it's 12:30. Happy New Year also, right? Jellybean, thanks. Donald Dice, Crime Time. He quit security job because they wanted fingerprints. Whoa, that's interesting, right? So he was already kind of being weird there. That should have set off some kind of red flag. Crime Time, he planned for this for a while. Had to, man. You just don't jump into this, right? I hope that we get as much info as possible. I know that the Idaho police right now is saying basically that they can't throw a lot out there until they actually get him extradited into Idaho, but I hope we get the story, man. I hope that they tell us what the hell's going on. Let's see here. Say no to globalism, liked and subbed. This shit is bananas. I was worried this case wouldn't get solved. Digging your channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you dropping by and subbing. God, thank you so much. Really appreciate the hell out of that. And I'm going to try to keep this stuff coming. Crime Time agreed. Let's see here. Got rid of Pennywise. They were freaking the hell out. Mickey Bavision, I want to know what happened. Okay, no, they were kind of arguing with Pennywise there for a second. Donald Dice, bet fingerprints. Whoa, okay. Let me catch up here. Let's get down here. I'm so happy I called him. Blah, blah. Casey Jellybean, it's called Looks Maxing, something like that. I watched a documentary about incels, and it's a huge thing. Yeah, man, there are definitely some incels out there that are messed up. And really, it's just... I don't know how to, like, really go into any kind of incel talk, because yeah, anybody could really identify as that almost if you go into like any kind of different subculture. Like that could honestly go in so many different directions. What it ultimately boils down to though is that person, whatever they are, whoever they are, is a garbage can human. Like Justine Rebecca, welcome, put up a side by side of Bryan and Ted Bundy. They look like twins. I saw a lot of Ted Bundy comparisons just because of the Ted Bundy attack at the college right before he got called, actually. When they actually, they identified him because of the bite on the buttocks of one of those girls. Beavis, and so happy it was solved. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining. Sari, dead eyes. Yeah, I've said that multiple times. Those eyes are 100% dead right there. There's no emotion. You've just been arrested for the country's biggest murder, essentially. There's nothing there. Say no to globalism. Can y'all imagine sitting around the house with this guy, watching this case on TV over the last month and find out the killer is your kin? That would be insane. And that's actually happening to some folks right now. Think about that. Think about that for a second. That's actually happening to this dude's family. This dude shows back up on Thanksgiving? Christmas? You got to think about that for the rest of your life? There's some messed up people out there. Dark and empty, Jellybean. Oh wow, Casey, thanks for investigating. Definitely food for thought. Facts matter. 4 sleeping students stabbed to death would almost have to go viral. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of crazy facts matter. No disrespect to your comment, but there's so much insane stuff out there that gets no traction whatsoever. And again, this was a really crazy case. To your point, Rezkid, Ted Bundy Jr. Thank God they got him. Parker Hansen, welcome to chat. New name, thank you. He recently took up boxing. By the looks of his nose, it appears he wasn't very good. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And possibly maybe Ethan, or hell, one of the girls even, maybe broke his nose. Maybe got in there on him while this shit was going down. Hopefully that is what happened. Got at least one off. And hell, how else was, his DNA there? Maybe there was a little bit of blood from that, right? Mickey, not an incel crime. People love the hype on incels. Laugh out loud. A guy complained that Bryan was trying to steal his girlfriend. His neighbors said he was very friendly and talkative. Google it. Justine Rebecca, it will be interesting if he chooses to repent himself like Bundy did. Yeah. Lost it here. Lost chat for a second. Blah, blah, blah. See, Brenda Lynch, new name. Thank you. Let's see here. Is there any way to compare a picture with the guy who was going door to door with a ski mask on, compared a picture to this guy? That's a good question. Yeah, I forgot about the ski mask picture. That'd be a cool comparison. I might do that when I get a little bit of time here. Actually put those side by side. That's a good idea, Brenda. Mickey, people refuse to accept he was pretty normal and clean cut, yet did this. They can't make sense of it, so a lot of reaching to diagnose he had clean record, friends, and getting his PhD. Yeah, that's kind of the weirdest part. He just kept on living his normal life, right? After doing this, he's actually still taking his classes, after the Thanksgiving break, and now he's probably in some kind of Christmas break, just living his normal life. I wonder if he was trying to drop hints and say stuff. That's how this stream started, though, that weird-ass phone call to t-rev. Let's see here. Jelly Bean, good idea. Brenda, third shift, welcome. Another new name. Thank you for joining. Most killers are educated. Again, I mean, there's a lot of smart serial killers, as sad as that is. A lot of stupid ones too. Stupid ones as well. But still, good point. Sharon Neal, I don't think this was his first either. That's a one to ponder on and kind of be scared to death of, right? And we can still find that out. And again, is he wanting to take credit for this? Like, a lot of these sick bastards want to take credit. So, Donald, oh shit, lost chat there. It kind of reloads randomly. Donald, DNA got him though. Which is, yeah, I read that earlier. That's what I love. Technology and DNA actually did get this guy. Exactly. The guy I mentioned is nuts. Tracy, you're right. Let's see here. A lawyer who defends himself has a fool for a client. Nate the realist, welcome. It's the eyes for me. Yeah, we've said that multiple times. The eyes, man. Like, just looking into them, there's nothing really there, right? Like, even there, the normal ass picture. You're at work. Hey, let's all take a picture. We'll get in front of the, this big slab of marble. It'll look real cool. And you got this fucking guy rolling up. It's in the eyes, bro. The Patrick Bateman from American Psycho reference from Gunner was amazing. Like, even there. What is this? Some people are off. I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. Some people are off. Mickey, his nose was like that in 2020. Okay. Marcos, I wonder if he is a heterosexual. That's a question. Justine, Rebecca, laugh out loud, not repent. Neither of them repented. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel for his parents too. To you. Yeah, that's gotta suck. And yeah, that's where he was at when he got arrested, right? Like, he's there hiding out, and you're the parents probably sitting on your couch, living your day. Oh, my son's home. Oh, it's Christmas. It's about to be New Year's. And they raided the house, 3 a.m.? Literally, less than 24 hours ago? So new into this. Bam Bam, welcome to chat. New name. It's a long stretch of road looking for that murder weapon. Yeah, I agree. I was talking earlier, like, sometimes these guys want to keep trophies almost, right? Would this guy have kept a trophy? I don't know. I hope that they really find that. But I really feel like if they're going to arrest him now, if they're going to go ahead and put out this much information, they got to have enough evidence to put this guy away. They've got to. Hopefully the case, I don't know what the laws are in Idaho, but hopefully they're actually able to broadcast this case. So I want to see all of this. How can one donate to your podcast? Parker Hansen, yeah, I'm super fresh here, but I will be getting, hopefully, monetized super soon. I know that the channel is pretty soon, and I'll probably try to get together a PayPal or a Cash App in the future. Thank you so much. Please stick around, and please join me in the future for lives, but at this moment, I don't really have a way to just accept that. But I really appreciate the love that you're trying to give me, because that would be awesome. I would love to be able to do this professionally one day. But yeah, thank you so much, Parker. Thanks. Right now, just subscribing and being around, man. Thank you so much. Casey, sometimes I wonder if he was watched discussions online. He may have even interacted online with coverage of this case. Gives me chills that this ghoul, I love that name, may have spoken to people. Absolutely, ghoul. That's the thumbnail, right? This guy's an absolute ghoul, lurking. Oh my God, even thinking about it makes me just gut-wrenchingly disgusted that this dude was just lurking around, right? And what gives him the right to take someone else's life? Like, I don't know. Sarah, probably not the first time, might have other victims. Yeah, that's what we need to look into here. Rez Kid, do you think this demon was hiding in the house before any tenant ever got home? That's what I think, Rez, actually. I do think that. I think that he was probably hiding in the house before they got home that night, right? They're out for the night. And I've heard different, and somebody correct me in chat. Again, I'm a little bit back here, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard multiple things. I've heard Ethan and Xana was home for the night. I've heard that they were at a party for a while and then went home. So I've heard different contradicting things with them as well. If they were there all night, and what about the other two roommates? Were they there all night? That's a good question as well. When could this guy have gotten in? But that is still, even without that information yet, Rez, that's kind of where I'm at. He had to have been inside, right? And he had to have staked this place out, staked it out, stalked it out. Had to have. Like, there's no other way. Like, I can't believe that was so random that you just showed up on 6 people in a house, right? And are able to kill 4 of them. He had to, that's why I think it was a bar scene situation. He had to have some kind of inside information that these kids, again, it's Greek row. It is what it is. These college kids are, and we've seen the police body cam footage coming out all the time now, right? these kids partied. It was a party house. That they lived on an avenue where parties happened all the time. So he had to have had some kind of information to me, Rez, that he knew that they got messed up on a regular basis on the weekends, whatever it was, to be able to maybe, because again, to kill 4 people and to go back again, there's so many questions. Again, I hate to just keep going back because we know nothing basically, but to go back to where he said allegedly when he got arrested, did anyone else get caught? Basically, is there more people? That's been my whole thing also. I initially was saying that there's got to be more people. There's got to be more people. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going, man. I don't know. But that is where I was at initially. 100% Rez. Heather Pistol, cool name. He was obsessed. He was obsessive compulsive with anger issues and a heroin addiction. Yeah, I've learned that recently. Corrine Schaefer, thank you for joining. Could someone else be an accomplice? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Bunny 2.0. Let's see. Let me jump down here just a little bit. Corrine just watched a reading by 1111 Tarot, which suggested that someone may know more and a tsunami of information is yet to come. I don't know. Be careful with the tarot stuff. I'm just saying. I mean, no disrespect whatsoever. Patricia, he lived with his parents. Yeah, well, he had an apartment. He was going to school in Washington. He was a criminal sci student, and he had an apartment in Washington. And he was my guess is he was back with his parents for Christmas, probably hiding the hell out. I'm from PA, and he was too close for comfort. Damn, Nate the realist. Shit, how close was he, bro? Or I'm sorry, you're not a bro at all. How close was he? Justine Rebecca, his eyes are too close for comfort. Lydia Watkin, what's happening? Feel sad for his family. Yeah, 100%, man. That's what sucks when you really think about it. Again, somebody else said it earlier. He's been sitting around for what, a month and a half now. I know he's been actually doing classes in Washington, but probably on the holidays with his family, acting like nothing was going down. Pennywell also was soliciting the 1111 channel, but wasn't on there tonight. Nate the Realist traded one addiction for another. Yeah, I mean, heroin for murder, right? LJ Map, new name. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Do you think he did it alone or recruited someone? Again, back to what we were saying earlier. I think somebody, I don't know about recruited. I don't know who was the mastermind or who did what, but there's got to be someone else, right? Marcos, I heard that he was followed by the FBI while driving all the way to PA. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, to you 230 folks in here, hit that. Oh yeah, thank you. Representing to you. I'm already my favorite in the chat. Hit the thumb, y'all. Hit the sub. Hit it all. Welcome. Thank you again. Share this. Let motherfuckers know. Excuse me for the language. A little bit again. A little bit. It's midnight. We're on the weekend opposing coming up on the new year. I'm excited. Happy New Year to everyone that's coming in the chat here. Hopefully we can get into some more crimes in 2023. I'm excited about it. The day was an awesome day because we hopefully got the guy that committed some of the worst murders that we've seen in a long time that has went national. Casey, honestly, he looks like a non-playable character, someone you would walk past in the street and completely not remember or stand out. That's what makes him terrifying, in my opinion, the perfect disguise, and that is really, truly scary. That is a really scary comment, Casey, actually, because you see those people every day, right? Probably, potentially, who knows? Like, say no to globalism, hard to believe these are his first kills. Yeah, like, to be this brutal and to go after 4 people, potentially 6, that was my question earlier, actually. Did he have a number? Was it that targeted? Maybe something happened. Maybe he got cut. Maybe there was some kind of injury to him. Again, all allegedly and just speculative, but why didn't he kill the other 2 girls? Ukraine Dude 88, welcome, man. So what is the motive? Again, waiting for that. Can't wait to see what's going on. Nate the Realist, nothing at all gives that right but God. Sharon Neal, he had been asking for help. Who knows what crazy mofo got in touch with him. Mickey Card called him. I think that car is what caught him. I think that car is what got him, right? The police probably already had that information, but when it got leaked to the internet and to everyone out into the real world, and we all kind of caught wind of that, that's what caught like wildfire, right? That's something you can kind of grasp onto, because we didn't have any kind of sketch. We didn't have any kind of identity markers at all. But we had that car. You had the white car. And, of course, everyone on the internet freaked the hell out and went crazy. But at the same time, that car, I think it may be what have actually And the DNA, of course, that was in the database. You had to match all that stuff up. It was really a lot of stuff coming into play here, I think. Nate the Realist, I'm from Harrisburg, PA, so like 1.5. So super close. Yeah, way too close for comfort, 100%. Say no to globalism. He put out that study asking criminals to tell him about their experiences. Maybe was fishing for a buddy. Yeah, I saw that weird Reddit post. Savannah F, new name. Thank you for joining the chat. Don't you think his family would know he had a white Elantra and went to WSU and put it together? Wouldn't you wonder if that was your child? Yeah, I mean, you got to think about that too, right? Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas, Bryan has a white Elantra, right? He's going to school pretty close to Idaho University. Now he goes to Washington State. There's no way, right? They probably were having that battle in their minds on the reg, right? I don't know. That's a weird thing to think about, Savannah. Good comment. Say no to globalism. Please don't stop cussing. No, facts matter. The cops said the other two roommates got home around 1 a.m. Yeah. Okay, you were talking about Xana and Ethan. Cherry Pie. Say no. After what he did and reading the post and soliciting for this study made me cringe. Yeah, me too. It was just crazy, right? Say no to globalism. So freaky. Obviously thinks he's smarter than he is. LJ Map finally catching up on chat here. Why would someone like him with his background drive his vehicle to the scene? It seems sloppy. I mean, true. That's what I was thinking too, right? This guy thinks he's probably smarter than the cops. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else, right? But yeah, he made some small mistakes that he wasn't thinking about. The thing is, and I said this earlier, and anybody that's just now catching this, I don't think that this would have been solved if it didn't go national, if it didn't go viral. I think this just stayed in Idaho and it didn't, attract the FBI, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the FBI to get involved almost takes an act of Congress. Like these cases, and now that I'm getting into true crime and looking at all kinds of different things to potentially make videos on and dive into, I see endless amounts of these cases that no one actually cares about. And maybe I shouldn't say that. It's that they don't get enough traction from the mainstream media for people to care about, is probably the best way to put it. There's so much of this out there, and this one caught on enough that everyone in the nation, including the law enforcement, local, nationwide, federally, got involved on this thing, and we truly seen what the system can do, if all hands are on, which is rare. That's rarely done. I'm not praising the system at all, because it's mostly garbage. We see that all the time on a daily basis. And again, sorry to go on a little rant there, but KW's new name, welcome to chat. The facts he drove the car across the country is a blessing. Longer distance equals more cams and vids. If he would have only traveled 50 miles, less cameras. Yeah, I mean, if he'd have planned it out a little bit better, even with the car, right? If he would have, rented a car and then take that car back home, or not use a car that's literally, has your name or your parents' name assigned to it, that is sloppy. What a complete idiot there. Down South chick, awesome name, welcome. Possible the white car was registered to his dad, Michael. Yeah. Maybe Art, another cool name. I hope he doesn't plea. I want to watch the trial. Yeah, me too. That's what I was just saying. I hope that Idaho's a state where the trial will be nationally televised as well, and the cameras can be in there. Love Team to 2010. Welcome to chat. I saw the same May. Be awesome movie. If they take their time at it and cut the best parts out, we need everything in that movie to be a great movie. I mean, yeah, Netflix is probably already, writing up the script as we speak. Say no to globalism. You think he'll end up repping himself like Ted or Daryl Brooks, right? That fucking idiot. That'd be interesting. And what? He's a criminal science student? Huh? That could be potentially what he does. These guys think they're smarter than the system. Anybody that watched the Daryl Brooks, I have a new video. Go check it out. Cheap plug here. 272 people in here. I just did a video on Daryl Brooks. There's a snippet from the interrogation that I did. Anybody that actually watched him in court can attest the narcissism in the absolute garbage can behavior of this person. And he thought he was smarter than the judge. He thought he was smarter than the other, opposing lawyers. He thought he was smarter than everyone. He truly, I think in his head, thought that he was going to get away with what he had done, or even if you watch the interrogation, the entire thing, and I asked on my last video if anybody would want it to be uploaded, I'll totally do that. But I also put in the link where I got it from, and I'm blanking on the name now. It's like 8 Minute Crime, something like that. He has it up. It's in the sources. I always try to put my sources in the description of my videos, but yeah, like, yeah, I don't know, like, the narcissism on some of these guys. So if he actually does, take that chance to rep himself in court, it'd be extremely interesting to watch, because at the end of it, he'd probably be eating shit. For us, it would be interesting. So I hope that's actually what happens. Let's see here, me catch up on chat here. Maybe art. Yeah, if casting is good, talking about a movie by Netflix, that's got to be in the works, right? Lydia Watkin, it really got a lot of coverage. It did. Cherry Pie, he better not plead insanity. Oh, God, yeah, they better not give that to him, right? ResKid Idaho has 52 unsolved murders. Right there, bro, right? It's endless. When you really... I don't even know if I want to send you guys down that rabbit hole, but when you really start looking around the country, much less around the world, at these cases that don't get solved, no one cares about, okay? Shanquella Robinson, I just did a video on that. Go check that out as well, please. No one really talks about that case. Lady goes to Mexico with her friends and is murdered by her friends, right? Like, from North Carolina, from Charlotte, North Carolina. No one in North Carolina, the police department doesn't care about it. Thank God her family cared enough about it, and a video got leaked out of them literally killing her, beating her to death in the hotel room. All of this had to come out, and a little bit of media started catching on. It's still not went anything what it needs to be to really, probably get what needs to be done. But finally, they started working together. There's so many cases out there. Sorry to go off on a little bit of a tangent there on something different, but there's so many cases that just they get thrown over to the wayside, and it's really actually scary when you start looking into this stuff. Cree 3, if I said that wrong, sorry. These guys deep down want to be caught. Maybe. Again, that's the credit, right? Ukraine Dude 88, any tips truly anonymous? Lost chat there for just a second. Cherry Pie, at this point, he is a sick-minded individual. Girl, he just might think might just save himself. I love the cursing. You no fear, freedom. 100%. Let's see, Justine Rebecca, it shouldn't be a movie at this point, far too soon, and you can't compromise the family for entertainment. Hey, 100% there. True. Also, making a movie before this went to trial and all the evidence presented. Yeah, no, that's true. I don't want it that early. That's not what I'm saying, Justine, at all. Those are all actually really good points. After everything's said and done is really what I mean about the Netflix. And I'm not even talking about really a movie. I want that documentary. They're the ones that put together those dope documentaries. Love Tina 2010 to be open-minded about it all. It's truly sad for a man to go great lengths to achieve something good just to be so wrapped up into snap. Yeah, man, 100%. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna have to close this off here just for a second, guys. This thing is crazy. 260 people are in here. Thank you all so much. Yeah, actually, I have to go take my dog outside. She is ready to go. But yeah, I'm gonna get through some of these real quick here. Yeah, who cares about the movie? Oh goodness, Sanquella, case is nuts. Cherry Pie. Facts matter. The Moscow PD asked the state police and FBI for help. Yep. Phyllis Ward, 72-year-old Idaho school teacher. She was beaten to death, set on fire. No leads or suspects. So many of these. Love Tina. I'm sure it's Mickey, and I'm sure. Oh, let's chat there for just a second. Talking to Mickey. Sorry, jump down here. 7/22/12. She was killed, and yet nothing's been done. Right. Sarah Getty. For sure, this guy was a narcissist. Wanted to get caught deep down. Otherwise, his story wouldn't be told. Mickey Beavis, an insanity plea is more of a meme than reality. Let's be real here. Without knowing completely if any of the victims, if insensitivity, I'm assuming that they're white. I totally butchered that. But if they had been a piece of crap, this is very much likely not been solved. True. Thomas, welcome, awesome name. When he said if he was the only one arrested, that was a ploy to make others think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also. Maybe he's just playing games with that. Was anyone else arrested, excuse me. Lou Weston, another awesome Names, seeing so many cool names pop in the chat here. So many cool people. Holy shit. Thanks everybody that's jumping in here. I am going to have to get off here. I may even, I'll jump on and do a live stream tomorrow on this and see what, hopefully, I'm sure some more information will pop out. Anytime some more information pops out on any kind of case, I might do this. This is my first time really going live. Thanks everybody that's dropped in here. Again, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Drop comments. Check out some of my past videos, please. Definitely trying to make this channel go and dig into some cases, closed and cold. Let's see what we can do here. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.